Hey folks, Brad here with the Maritime Paintball podcast. Back again, this time with a very cool Defcon paintball supply drop review. This one's for the month of September, and those of you who got it were probably as surprised as I was when I received this huge box. This thing's massive. It came in the mail, and I had no idea what it was. I was expecting a Defcon box. When I saw that this had arrived from Defcon, I didn't know what to think. I don't know. So I cracked it open. Pleasantly surprised. So we're going to go through it, and I'm sure, those of you that did get it, very excited for what you got. Those that you didn't get in on it, you've got a chance, again next month, October, November, December, whatever. You can always get in on this at the beginning of every month. So let's get into the review. Let's take a look at what was in this box. So when I opened up the box, I was pleasantly surprised to find the traditional Defcon supply drop, which I'd like to point out again, just the box itself is just so well designed. It's just great. They could have really phoned it in on the box and just done, anything they wanted. But they really went all out with this, and I appreciate that attention to detail there. Now, what's on the inside is really what counts. Right? That's what we were always taught. What's on the inside is what counts. So let's crack this little box open and find out what's going on in here. So opening up the actual Defcon box, I was greeted with, well, for one, barrel made in a very funky color, I have to say. Normally the barrel mades I get are like the white and gray or the green camo looking thing. This one being blue and purple is kind of fun. It's a fun color. I like it. Very useful. These things are great. I think a barrel made should be in like every supply drop every month because I am wrecking these things. These things, man, they get worn out. I've got 3 of them in the kit now. Love it. I could always use more because I'm always tossing them to people or they're getting into the mud. I get that, people are out there, well, don't wear them out so fast. Well, it's not that I wear them out. It's that if this fluffy bit on the end here, like if your polishing side gets into the mud, well, you're screwed for the day. So you got to have 2 or 3 of these bad boys here in your gear bag. So I think these are great. I think these should be in every supply drop in just different colors, different funky colors. I'm digging this blue and purple pink combo here. This is fun. This is neat. So let's move on to the next equally useful, little bit more niche item that I'm really glad I got. So the second item found in the Defcon supply drop was this small but mighty set of Allen keys from Planet Eclipse. These things are great. They seem to be really high quality made. I don't really know metals, but what I really liked about it is they are the round tip or the round head Allen keys, which means they just they sit in a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to get into the spots. These are sized 1/16 all the way to 1/4, so it should work fine for the majority of speedball markers out there, even most of the MagFed stuff. And this is the perfect size to go into the little bag that I carry with my speedball marker, which I'm really excited for. So now I have a dedicated set of Allen keys that are only used on my speedball marker. They sit in the bag the marker goes in, the little tiny bag that I use. So really great there. And this little feature is really nice. I didn't know, a lot of people didn't know that this was for this. They noticed these grooves here on the side. The Allen key actually fits in so that you can get a bit more torque on it if you really have to. Now, you really shouldn't have to. Hopefully you don't have to, but sometimes stuff seizes and you just need to get that little bit more torque. The Allen key sits there, and that way you're not worrying about wrecking your fingers or anything. So really great little feature. Great set of Allen keys from Planet Eclipse. Really glad that these were included in the Defcon supply drop because they are truly, truly useful. So let's move on to the third and second last item in the September Defcon supply drop. So the third item that I got in the Defcon supply drop for September is this bright green Planet Eclipse poncho. And this is a really nice, it's not heavy in weight, but it's a heavy duty. It's a really nice, well-made poncho. This is definitely meant to be reusable, meant to be dried out, folded up, and put into its little pouch. That brilliant Planet Eclipse green color with the logo there. And this thing's huge. This is like a one-size-fits-all kind of poncho. And it's got your hood on the top there. Really nice. Not breathable at all because it's a poncho, but it'll keep you dry. And I'll probably rock this at some point. Hell, I'll play in it. You know, it's great. This is definitely going to go in the trunk of the car. This is going to be the poncho that I use when I need one. You know, stuck in the rain, playing paintball on the side of the highway. Doesn't matter where I'm at. This poncho is going to keep me dry for the most part anyways. Really well made, and it fits really well. I'm not going to put it on now because it's just a pain in the ass to put on and take off with the, you know, everything around me here. So, but take my word for it. As well as a poncho can fit, it fits pretty well. So, okay, let's move on to the last and personally, I think, the most exciting item in this supply drop. And it's also the reason why the box was so damn big when it was shipped out. The last item is this beautiful, heavy-duty, silicone, rubber, first strike tech mat. This thing is amazing. This thing is awesome. It's got these beautiful grooves on the sides here, so you can actually check your O-ring size. Super, super helpful. The O-ring fits into the groove. You pluck it out later. Little screw spots, like little spots to put your screws and anything you don't want rolling away from you. And then it's got that big FS First Strike logo on the front there. I think this thing is awesome. That bright orange and this like topography carved. I think that's what that is. That looks like topography on the. Yeah, it looks like topography there. It's really, really well made. It's kind of really heavy, but it's really meant to just go on your desk and stay there. So I think this thing is great. This thing is awesome. Now, my understanding is that not everybody got one of these. Some people got the First Strike. Some people got Planet Eclipse, and some people got Exalt, as well as some people got like a neoprene tech mat. But I mean, tech mat's a tech mat. Yeah, the orange rubber one is super dope and super killer. If you got one of the neoprene ones, I mean, that thing's super light, easy to roll up. Throw that in your gear bag. Take that to the field with you. Keeps your marker off the grimy picnic table. This thing here is not going to travel with me. This is going to sit on my desk, and it's going to stay there. This is going to be on my tech bench permanently because the thing weighs a friggin' ton. But it's so well made. It's great. Just the idea of a tech mat is a great thing to be in a loot box. Because, man, I've never heard of people giving away tech mats. You know, like this. This is a really high-end tech mat. So I think it's really great. It's awesome. So that's it. That's the September DefConPaintballGear.com monthly supply drop. There, got all the words. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna put this down. So yeah, that's the Defcon supply drop for September. Really great set of items. All perfectly usable, all really practical, which is a big thing for me. I like practical stuff. This is stuff that can go into my gear bag and be used the next day. You know, those Allen keys, gonna get used. That poncho, I mean, if it rains, it's gonna get used. It's kind of an environmental thing. The tech mat, absolutely, it's gonna get used. It's gonna go on my tech bench, and it's never gonna leave the tech bench. And that's where I'm going to tech all my markers, First Strike or not. The Barrel Made, of course, that's going to get used. And it's Barrel Made. It's going to get used next weekend. I guarantee it. So yeah, really great items. I think it's worth it. I really do. I think it's great. I think it's a great thing. It's a great setup. Now, if you're not signed up, you're going to want to be, because I know that in November and December, the one lucky subscriber is going to get something big. I don't know what it is, but it's sort of like winning the lottery kind of thing, right? Like one person who's subscribing is going to find out that their loot box is going to have one extra item in it from everyone else, and it's going to be a big item. And I don't mean big as in like physically. I've been told that it's going to be a really cool item that everybody's going to want. I don't have any much more detail than that. I was just sort of told the bare minimum. That way I can get you guys excited about it. I can speculate. I mean, it could be, I don't think it's a marker or anything like that, but it's going to be something cool. So to sign up for the Defcon supply drop, head on over to DefConPaintballGear.com. Look for the monthly supply drop. Sign up using the code Maritimes. Get yourself 10% off your order, and you get some cool paintball stuff shipped to your door once a month, usually about the 20th, give or take, depending on where you live. It might be a little longer, it might be a little sooner. But yeah, you get some really cool paintball stuff shipped to you. You get to support a Canadian paintball retailer, That's a big thing too. Keep that in mind. And if you end up not liking it, you can cancel at any time. But I really think you're going to keep it going because it's great, useful items. It might even be a great Christmas gift. Order it, bring it in, give it to a friend. Right? You don't even know what's in it, so if they don't like it, it's not your fault. Oh, right? It's a terrible idea. Don't do it. So that's the supply drop. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of it. Also, don't forget, use the code Maritimes. Save yourself 10% on that order and, get some cool paintball stuff shipped to you once a month. Don't forget to check me out every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Facebook at Maritime Paintball Podcast, where I'm chatting live with some really cool guests. Sometimes it's just me talking to you guys in the comments, or maybe it's just me talking alone and rambling. You never really know what you're going to get with me. You can find the podcast basically on every podcast app out there. And if it's not on the podcast app that you use, please let me know. Lastly, find me on Instagram, Maritime_paintball, and follow me there where I try to post some really cool photos from around the Maritimes and some cool stuff. So that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you so much. Cheers.